Dr. Gugale. He is heading the Department of Chemistry in Haribai Desai College in Pune. And this Professor Gugale has got 29 years of teaching experience. And he is not only a PhD holder, and he's also guiding in Savitribai Phule, Pune University, and in several other universities, sometimes affiliated to Pune University. And his key area of interest seems to be material science, magnetic and superconducting oxides and nanomaterials. So his publications has been very many, more than 15 research papers in both international and national journals and research. And he is the author of more than 50 books, mostly textbooks of all aspects of chemistry, like analytical chemistry, organic, inorganic, things like that. He has held many key positions, he has been the organizing secretary for the 35th annual conference of Indian Council of Chemists, and he has been the chairman Central Assessment Program Scheme in Savitribai Phule University. He is also associated with the Microbiological Society in India, and he has been the coordinator for the Environmental Awareness Program. He has been the life member and Executive Council member of Indian Council of Chemists, life member Indian Science Congress Association, member Red Cross Society, Indian Charitable Trust. He has been a very good resource person for many years, and hence he has been sought after in many colleges. And today we are really happy, and I am happy to introduce this particular great man, Dr. Gugale. And his topic and theme is going to be the goal of human existence and the path to attain it according to Jain religion.
Namo Orientanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airianam, Namo Vachayanam, Namo Loye Savasavunam, Eso Panchan Namukaro, Sava Pavapanasuno, Mangalanancha Vese, Padamam Hawaii Mangalam, Padamam Hawaii Mangalam. Firstly, I said Namo Orientanam, which means that I bow down to Orienta. There are Tirthankaras or Orientas are there. I bow down to Orientas, just bow down just to defeat my inner enemies. Namo Siddhanam, I bow down to Siddhas. I bow down to Siddhas just to attain liberation. I also bow down to Acharyas saying Namo Airiyanam, meaning I bow down to Acharyas. I am saying this just to control my desires, selfishness. I say Namo Vachayanam, it means that I bow down to Upadhyayas just to learn and meditate. I also bow down to Sadhus and Sadhvis, saying Namo Loye Savvasavanam, just to live a simple life. Then I was saying, Eso Panchanamukara Sava Pava Panasuno, meaning I bow down to all five supreme beings, which destroys all my sins. I also said, Mangalancha Savvesi Padamam Havi Mangalam. Out of this, for all this, Nokar Mantra is the holiest. Among all these holies, Nokar Mantra is the holiest part. This is the 24th, we Jain, I have 24th Tirthankars. Out of this 24, this last Tirthankar is we call Bhagwan Mahavir Swami, which are attained the Keval Gyan, and this is the symbol of our Jainism. Always in our Jainism, Vincent Sekasar knows whenever we start anything, we are saying no karmata that we already said, and even everything when we start, we are taking the order of our gurus. So we are saying Gurudev ki agya se. With the order of gurus, I am just going to present my part. Thank you very much to each and everybody. Thank you, so nice of you. As Sir has mentioned that My today's topic is the goal of human existence and part to attain according to Jainism. The very first thing, even though this is Jain religion, but Jain religion give respect to all religion, not only in India, but all over the world. Jainism is one of the religion, nothing else. So this is the Jain prayer. Now I was saying about 24th Tirthankara, Lord Mahavira, which have attained the Keval Gyan, and this is the symbol of our Jainism. I'll say something about this symbol of this Jainism. This is a symbol I just taken over here. This symbol, it first contains the palm. The palm is having these 5 fingers and having some circle and some rows are there, or you can call it as some spokes are there. The significance of this palm, it is just essential to have faith and change the path of righteousness. And the wheels on this palm, it has 24 spokes. These 24 spokes, they represent from Adinath Bhagwan to Shabnath and all others with Bhagwan Mahavir. All these 24 spokes represent the 24 Tirthankarads. And there is a little word here is there. It is clear over here. This word is ahimsa. This ahimsa relates with non-violence. Again, we find some digit of moon over here. Here also you can find the digit of moon, and digit of moon we are finding here. This digit of moon, it signifies religion of liberated soul. As modern Vincent sir, Vincent Seekers had given the importance of the souls. So this moon, it indicates the religion of liberated soul. And there are, we can find 1, 2, 3, or you can find white dots over here. 3 dots are there. These 3 dots, it means right perceptions or the faith, a right knowledge, and a right conduct. The overall meaning of this symbol, this symbol, is nothing but after removing all their karmas, we in our life we are having different karmas are there. We are trying to remove these karmas, and after removing all these karmas, living being will reside in the world with the liberated soul. I'm just giving some detailed meaning of this Namo Orientanum and Namo and this Navkar mantra. First, I'll go for Namo Orientanum. Namo Orientanum, as I mentioned, I go to Orientas. Orientas are nothing but these Tirthankaras. These Tirthankaras or Orientas are nothing but the perfected human soul. There are also the human souls are there, but they are perfected human souls and they have reached the enlightenment by overcoming their inner weaknesses. They were enlightened this by overcoming. They got victory over all these weaknesses, and they have also attained infinite knowledge, perception, bliss, and power, and have shown path which brings an end to the cycle of birth, death, and suffering. After getting this, there is no repetition, there is no again and again cycle of birth, death, and suffering. Second, I say Namo Siddhanam. It means I'm just going to Siddhas. I'm making Naman to Siddhas. Siddhas are nothing but the liberated souls, and we have attained the state of perfection. They have attained the state of perfection and immortality. They got the immortality because of eradication of all karmas. Third, I goes to Namo Ahiriya Nam. I go to Acharyas. I make Naman to Acharyas, and these Acharyas are the head of our Jain congregations. They are head of our Jain religion, and they preach the principle of religion and show the path of liberation. They show the path of liberation, which is the unity of right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. I next say Namo Sid Namo Uvachayanam. I mean to say I go to Upadhyayas. These Upadhyayas are the ascetic teachers, and these ascetic teachers, I mean to say Upadhyayas, they explain the Jain scripture and show us the importance of spiritual life over the material life. We people are staying with the material life, but the spiritual life got its own importance, and Upadhyayas, they show the importance of spiritual life over material life. I say Namo Loye Savasaunam. It means I bow all sadhus and sadhvis. In Jainas, the sadhus are there, sadhvis are there, one of the sector, and I bow to all sadhus and sadhvis. These sadhus and sadhvis, they strictly conduct the simple life. They conduct a simple life and they inspire many people to live a simple life. So I'm doing all these five gurus, and here I'm saying Eso Pancha Namakara Sawa Pava Panasuno. It means that to these all five type of great souls, I offer my praise. I offer my praise. Such praise will help us to diminish negative vibrations in our body, or they will take us away from the negative vibration as well as the sins if we made it. Then I'm saying Mangalanancha Savvesi Padamama Havai Mangalam. Means we are offering this praise to these most auspicious things. I bow and seek inspiration from perfected human souls, liberated souls, enlightened ascetic leaders, ascetic teachers, and all monks and nuns, sadhus and sadhvis, in the word of whom we practice non-violence. That is what we call it as ahimsa, truthfulness, non-stealing, not to steal anything, celibacy, what we call it as a brahmacharya, and non-possessiveness, that's what we call it as a anikatavad, non-possessiveness in their conduct, non-absolutistic viewpoint. That also means the anikatavad, not with a single person, but with all in their thinking. There are certain benefits of chanting this Navkar mantra. Sometimes make all Navkar mantra or Namakar mantra. There are certain benefits are there. That is what we Jainism believe. Navkar mantra has the most powerful cleansing effect on our body. It has powerful cleansing effect of our body when we say Navkar mantra on our body, mind, and soul of the individual person. As we said earlier, it can wash all sins and lead to the individual toward the spiritual growth. The person chanting Navkar mantra grows with fearless and he grows with the confident. Apart from Navkar mantra, we also give weightage for this Mangal part. I'm not going to play right now, but I'll tell you the Mangal part and the meaning of this Mangal part. This Mangal part, whenever we go to sadhus or sadhvis, we request them for the Mangal part. But whenever sadhu, sadhvis or anybody, he or she gives the Mangal part, they used to say, Gurudev ki agya se. Here also I'll take this Gurudev ki agya se, and I'll start with this Mangal part. Gurudev ki agya se, Chatari Mangalam, Paryanta Mangalam, Siddha Mangalam, Sahu Mangalam, Kevali Panatto Dhammo Mangalam. Chitari Logutama, Arhyanta Logutama, Siddha Logutama, Sahu Logutama, Kevali Padatto Dhammo Logutama. Chatari Sannam Pojami, Aryante Sannam Pojami, Siddhe Sannam Pojami, Sahu Sannam Pojami, Kevali Panatto Dhammam Charanam Pojami. I'll give the meaning. First, I'll go for Chatari Mangalam, Aryanta Mangalam, Siddha Mangalam, Sahu Mangalam, Kevali Padatto Dhamma Mangalam. This means that there are four auspicious. There are four auspicious entities are there in the globe, in the universe. We said the Aryantas are auspicious, Aryanta Mangalam. The Siddhas are auspicious, we say Siddha Mangalam. Now, the sadhus are auspicious, and whatever may the religion explained by the omniscient, it is also auspicious. So, I said about this Chatari Mangalam, Aryanta Mangalam, Siddha Mangalam, Sahu Mangalam, Kevali Panato Dhamma Mangalam. Then we say Chatari Logatama, Aryanta Logatama, Siddha Logatama, Sahu Logatama, Kevali Panato Dhammo Logatama. Means as I said, there are four auspicious entities are there. We also say there are 4 supreme entities are there in the globe, in the universe. Not a globe, in the universe. The Aryantas are supreme, Siddhas are supreme, the Sadhus are supreme, and the religion explained by the omniscient is supreme. We lastly say, Chatari Sanam, we are just Sanam people. Chatari Sanam Pozami, Arente Sanam Pozami, Siddhe Sanam Pozami, Sahu Sanam Pozami, Kevali Panatam Dhammo Mangalam Pozami. We say, I take refuge, means where Sharam, we call it as the Sharanam. I take refuge in the 4 entities of this universe. I take refuge in the Aryantas. I take refuge in the Siddhas. I take refuge in the Sadhus. And I take refuge in the religion explained by the omniscient. So all these 4 entities, they are auspicious. When we go to temple, go to sadhus, sadhis, we are saying some stutis of the God. Few stutis, just I am to present in front of you. One of the stuti, I have this and just in English, we said, Darshanam Deva Devascha, Darshanam Papanashanam, Darshanam Sogasophanam, Darshanam Moksha Sadhanam. The meaning of this stuti, it is sight of idol of the Lord. It is the idol, murti of the Lord, who is God of all gods, and it is the destroyer of all sins. We may have any sin, but if you have this to this number of times, we say that it is the destroyer of all sins. It is a step towards the heaven, and it is the means to the liberation of soul. By saying this to this, by reciting this to this, we may get the liberation of the soul. We also have another stuti, auspicious stuti. It is Mangalam Bhagavani Viro, regarding Bhagavan Mahavir, I'm saying here. Mangalam Bhagavani Viro, Mangalam Gautama Prabhu, Mangalam Stuli Bhadraya, Mangalam Kunda Kundarya, Jaina Dharmastu Mangalam. Here, as we said earlier also, here also we saying Bhagavan Mahavir is auspicious. The Shishya of Bhagavan, student of, I can say student in the routine language, Shishya of Bhagavan Mahavir, Gangadhar Gautam Swami is auspicious. Acharya Stulibhadra is auspicious. Acharya Kunda Kunda is auspicious. And of course, the Jain religion is auspicious. Another stuti we had, Adimam Prithvi Natham Madinam Nishparigraham Adinam Tirtha Natham Cha Rishabh Goswami Stutam. Rishabh Goswami is the first Tirthankar of our Jainism, and he was a king, but he left everything. The same thing is said in this stuti. We said, we adore, we make a naman to Lord Rishabhadeva, who was the first king, who was the first to renounce, he was the first to leave all his possessions. Even though he was a tremendous things in his life, but he has renounced, he has left all his possessions, everything he has left, and he was the first Tirthankar in Jainism. Next to the Upasargaha Kshayam Anti, Chiddante Vignavalaya, Mana Prasannate Binti, Pujanam Jinashware. This Jinashware is also another Tirthankar, and because of this Naman, because of this Shanam to Jineshwar, we are getting many things. We say all the troubles what we have, it disintegrates. The snackles of the obstacles, it also breaks. And the mind to blissful state. Wherever and whenever the Lord Jineshwara is worshipped. And because of this blissfulness, we are adoring Lord Jineshwara, we are worshipping Lord Jineshwara. Here we say that Svamastu Sarva Jagataha Parihita Darata Bhavantu Bhutagana Doshaha Paryantu Nashanam Sarvartar Sukhi Bhavatu Lokaha. The meaning of this stuti, it is, may the entire universe attain bliss. May all living beings be oriented to the interest of others. Let all faults be eliminated. Whatever faults are there, that is to be eliminated. It will be eliminated, and make people be happy everywhere. You will be happy because of you. Others will be happy. You think of yourself, thinking of others, and when you are thinking of others, you think of yourself. This is one of the important things where we got Shanagata, so we forgiving. It is kamemi sawajive, sawajiva kamantume, mitteme sawa bhuseyu, veram majamna kedi. I repeat, kamemi sawajive, savejiva kamantume, mitteme sawa bhuyesu, veram majamna kenai. Means kamimi is nothing but a forgiveness. I forgive all souls and let the all souls forgive me. It is to and fro. I forgive all souls, let all souls forgive me. I am on the friendly terms with all. Everybody should be in a friendly fashion. I have no animosity towards the anybody. I don't have any anger towards the anybody. So we are saying Naukar mantra. We say Naukar mantra every time. When we wake up in the morning, we started by saying 7, 9, or 11, depending on your desire. In the morning, when we get up, we sit up, close or partly close your eyes and recite the Naukar mantra. Even though I say 7 times, but it depends. We are reciting this to respect and remember the qualities of 5 supreme beings. Namo Orientanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Vachayanam, Namo Loye Savo, I forgot Iriadam, Namo Loye Savo Saunam. All these bunch of permissions are there. We are remembering these permissions. Say that I am Jain because I follow the teaching of Tirthakarats, Tirthakar Bhagwans. I have the ability to do all the good things I wish to do. Whatever the good things are there, that I'll do. I will love everyone and treat everyone nicely. I will treat everyone friendly. There are certain benefits are there by saying Naukar mantra. By reciting Naukar mantra, I also think about my actions for a day. For example, I make any mistake. For example, in a day, I was angry today, maybe a single time, 10 times, 15 times, or any time. I decide. If I just remember when I'm reciting Naukar mantra, then I'll decide that I'll not get angry tomorrow. I'm just saying this Naukar mantra when I'm going to the bed. If I remember that I agree with somebody, maybe a single time or more times, I will decide that I will not get angry tomorrow. If somebody is wishing some help from my side, if I am not able to do, if I say Naukar mantra, if I was not helpful to someone today, I'll decide no, that certainly I will be helpful to him or helpful to others tomorrow. The Naukar mantra teaches us to show the respect. Respect everybody. By saying the Naukar mantra, the sins of many lives are washed away. We should recite this mantra every morning and every night, at night when you are going to the bed. We should, suppose students are making some studies, or we people are also studying, no, even though we are senior, every day we are studying. So when you are going to go for study, recite Naukar mantra, certainly you will be concentrating your study. Also recite the Naukar mantra when you are going for good work. Even though today I got opportunity to share something with you, I started this with the Naukar mantra. Because of this Naukar mantra, I got the confidence level. We should recite this Naukar mantra as many times as we can. Not necessary, number is not important. You can recite anytime. If you got any problem, recite Naukar mantra. If you are studying good thing, recite Naukar mantra. Saying Naukar mantra, it reduces the psychological pressure. जिसको हम हिंदी में मनोवैज्ञानिक दबाव कहते हैं. We are just going away from the psychological pressure and we become confident. As moderator Vincent Sekhar sir has said about the essence of Jainism, there are 3 main essence of Jainism are there. One of which is non-violence. Second is non-absolutism, non-possessiveness. Non-violence, not only killing the animal or disturbing the animal, but everywhere we should have ahimsa, should not have any sort of violence. That's what we call it as a non-violence or ahimsa. You should have respect for the people. If I'm not having respect, it means that you are doing hinsa. But we don't have to go for hinsa, we have to go for ahimsa. That sort of violence should also not. I should use the proper words when I'm having dialogues, sharing with others. If I'm making something wrong, which are hurting the people, it will be a violence. But we should not have violence. We should have non-violence, what we call it as ahimsa, respect for the life of all beings, leading to compensate living and selfless services. Second essence of this Jainism, we come across non-absolutism, or we call it as aninkadavad. It means that whatever I have, I am not only the I am not only the important one. I should take care. I should take into view others' opinion also. I may have my own opinion, but I must respect others' opinion also. Here we this non-absolutism or anikantavad is with respect to respect for the views of others. This is because this will lead to leading of mutual understanding and peaceful coexistence. If we have mutual understanding with each other, I'm not saying that whatever I am saying is right and others are wrong. Oh, this is not right. I am right and others are also right. This is what we call as a mutual understanding of each other. And it is important for the peaceful coexistence, peaceful life. The third is non-possessiveness, what we call as a aparigraha. Jainism, they touch on this aparigraha. Whatever you want, let it be. But we should not take and make a bunch of selectiveness. That's what we call it as a non-possessiveness aparigraha. And from this, we had a respect for the environment also. Sometimes I may say in the next slides that we are offering flowers to the Bhagwan or Tirthankaras. But whenever you are offering flower to the Bhagwan or Tirthankaras, this flower should be the fallen flower. We should not stop the flower from the trees. Whatever the flowers that are fallen on the ground, take it and just go to the Bhagwanta, offer to the Bhagwanta. So Jainism, they respect for the environment. Nowadays also we understand the price of this environment. It leads to the volatile limit on desire. Certainly, you reduce your desires, and if you are reducing your desire, you'll be more peaceful, more happy. Our religion, we especially talk about Jainism or Jains. Our religion is the Jainism, and in our Jainism, we Jain people we follow the Jina. We call the Jina to the Tirthankaras or 24 Tirthankara. This Jina is someone who is full of good thoughts. Jina is a soul, is the full of good thoughts. The good thoughts include truth, love, peace, and compassion. Compassion is the sympathy for all. So Jina is someone who is full of good thoughts like truth, love, peace, and compassion. Jina do not have any bad thoughts. Bad thoughts. Suppose if I have angry with some other people, no, it should not have. I should not be greed or I should not be afraid. So Jina, they don't have any bad thoughts like anger, greed, or fright. Nowadays, it is a more physical or what we call it as the material world. Jina is not affected by this material world. Jina is also not affected by this material world or the field. Jina, they are called Tirthankaras, starting from 24 Tirthankaras, we have seen that field. They may call Tirthankar, or they may call Aryans, or they may call as Bhagwan. Bhagwan, Aryanta, Tirthankara, they are nothing but the Jina. Jina is spiritual victor over inner enemies. In our mind, we may have some inner enemies, like I'm great, I'm angry, I have some egoness. All these enemies are there. But Jina, they got to total victory. I don't have the space. Total victory over the inner enemies. Jina is a symbol of freedom. You are free from all. You are free from life. So Jina is a symbol of freedom. It is free from all attachments. No attachment is there, and have aversions, or they don't have the any hate. We are not hating anybody. Don't have any hate. So Jina is the symbol of freedom. In the prayer, we are getting reminded by some things. We are getting reminded from ourselves. Just you can have, we are forgiving, we are forgiving and understanding. Forgiveness excuse the others, yourself also get excused and have the understanding. We should be honest, and our behavior should be the simple behavior. We should be good or nice to everyone. We should be nice to everyone, so nobody will anger with us. We will come together, we'll walk together, we'll move together. And whatever with the things we are having in our life, we should be thankful for everything that we have. Whatever with the small things I'm saying. For example, I'm speaking, I'm sharing in front of you, but I am thank you for this opportunity. I'm thankful to the opportunity given people. Please be helpful to all living things. We should try to help all, whether living being may not be only man, he may be any animal, any creature, whatever the living things are there. We should have cooperative attitude, or we should be helpful to all living beings. Of course, as I said number of times, Jains are having respect to the environment. Everything is there because of our environment. We must take care of our environment. If we are not taking care of the environment, what happens is, for the last 2 years, we are seeing, not only 2 years, but in the so many years, if you disturb the environment, I will say it is not a fruitful one. So for Jainism are concerned, for the thousands of years, we Jainism, they practice vegetarianism. Whatever the food we'll have, that will be vegetarian food. We are having animal compassion. We are not disturbing any animal. We are having respect. We are having animal compassion. And we are, so for the digital life is concerned, we are preparing vegetable food or vegetarian food. Like this, for the thousands of years, Jainism, Jain people, they are practicing meditation and yoga. Meditation and yoga, it has a lot of importance, vital importance in our day-to-day life. This is the meditation. We should meditate every day, and we should also follow what we call as a yoga also. So the meditation and yoga is a very, very important role in our life. And Jains, they are living meditation yoga for last thousands of years. Again, we also practicing what we call as equality. We are man and woman. There should not be difference in man and woman. Not only the man and woman, with all everybody, we should have equality. There I proportion votes for women. I'm not condemning women or something like that. But the woman or the men, they are equal. We are suppressing what we call equality. Whether human being, man or women are there, men of quality respect women equality. Men they respect the woman equality. But we Jainism were doing it for thousands of years. They said earlier also, we respect for thousands of years, we respect the environmentalist. We maintain the environment. Whatever if the things are easily available that we are taking, we are not trying to disturb the environment. So we say that for thousands of years, we have been environmentalist. Next also about the Anikatavad, or we call it as the non-absolutism. Suppose we people are talking on one topic or one subject. I have my opinion, you also have your opinion. But every time I should not say that I am right. For example, this is myself, I have my opinion, but I should not discourage the others. I should take in the view of, or I should give the respect of the views of the others. That is what we call it as a non-absolutism, or respect others' view. This that has many perspectives. Here I'm going to talk about soul. Once again, will come. This is about the soul. We are not having the our body, but we treat it as our soul. I say, Tirthankara said, I am not the body. I'm here. I have my soul. I am not the body, but I am the soul. This soul, every living being, man, woman, or any animal, every living being has a soul. And this soul, we call them as God. God is fully enlightened, having full knowledge and full understanding. Of course, you, me, and all soul, it is capable of course, our body can convert soul, and soul, it is capable of becoming God. So, Jainism may not believe God, but they trust God also. There are certain 10 fundamentals are there. There are 8, 9 fundamentals are there. I just take one by one. We are having a question. We had created this universe. But according to Jainism, according to Tirthankar Mahavir, we say that there is no creator of universe. There is no creator of universe. I may say it is just a matter, it changes. Matter may change from one phase to another phase to another phase, but matter going on change. Nobody is the creator of a Jainism. It is the purpose of our life. Our purpose, as I said earlier also, we should have good approach with the others, or we should be in a position to help each other. Try to understand someone's full potential, and you can manage one's passion. Then another, that who controls the action? No God is there. I'm saying God is not going to control the action. We only are responsible for our own actions. Whether our action is right or our action is wrong, we are not, say, God is not a creator of these actions, but for these actions, we only are responsible for our own actions. Of course, if you are in all these things, now question arises, everybody is trying to become happy. The question will come, how to become happy? You just manage your passions. If I like anger, if I like greed, ego, pride, I may not be happy. But if I am able to manage my passions, if somebody is able to manage his or her passion, of course, you'll become happy. Get away from anger, get away from greed, ego, and even the pride. Another, continued. Another question it comes, that is uh, how human is suffering, or what is human is suffering? Is it because of what? It is due to what? We are unable to understand our nature. As we are not unable to understand our nature, we are suffering. But if you are able to understand the nature correctly, neatly, then we can understand the suffering also. Somebody asked Jains, do you have any Bible in your Jainism? We respect all, whether it is Dharma Grantha, Bible, and everything. In our Jain, which are having what we call it as Agama Sutra. I didn't Marathi, but it is AJAMSTRA, Agama Sutra. We people, we Jainism tolerate for the other religions also. You might be knowing, when we are saying anything, we are saying Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. If Ahimsa is there, other religions are there, they are also Parama Dharma. We are also salute, we also go the other dharmas also, we also respect and others understand the other faiths also, other religions also. In my very first slide, all many symbols are here, not all, many symbols of many dharmas they are given. Another question it comes, why do we pray? Why we are praying? Because of praying, we had a capacity to celebrate the qualities of perfect soul. Because of our faith, we celebrate the qualities of a perfect soul, qualities of Tirthankaras, qualities of Aryantas. And what about science? Oh, myself is as a Father Vincent Sekasar has said that he's a scientist or something like that. I am a person from science. We believe science. Jainism also believes science. We believe Dharma also. If science and Dharma, if science and religion, they work together, they go together, ultimately progress in the life of human being will be there. I said earlier also that we are having many festivals, but major 4 festivals Jains they follow. So one of the festival is Mahavir Swami's Jalma Kalyanak. This Mahavir Swami's Jalma Kalyanak is nothing but the birthday of Mahavir Swami. We call it as a Mahavir Jayanti. We also have Mahavir Swami Nirvan Kalyanak, means the day on which Mahavir Swami got the moksha, liberated soul, they got the moksha, and it is celebrated in Diwali as a New Year. Jainas, they are saying Happy New Year on Gudi Padwa, one of the festival in Diwali, and this time Mahavir Swami's Nirvan Kalyanik is also celebrated. We follow the importance of Purushar Parva and Samvatsari Pratikaman. We follow this Purushar Parva just to remember and practice the qualities of soul. I'm coming to Purushar Parva in the later slides. And we also have Samvatsari Pratikraman. Here we ask for the forgiveness. We said, Michhami Dukadam. If I have made any mistakes, any wrong things, if I disturb anybody, if I hurt anybody, by mistake, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me, and I will also forgive you. There are many essence of this, or the thoughts of this Jainism, essence of this Jainism, ahimsa. Then we had Anintavad and what we call as a non-possession parigraha. This ahimsa we call it as a non-violence. Because of this ahimsa, it tends the autonomy of life of everybody. Because we will not worry about others, we will not disturb others, will be very sound. It extended the autonomy of life of everybody. Ahimsa may be in diet, maybe in fellow being, may be related to environment, thoughts, and actions. Actions or thoughts, I should not disturb others by my words or by my actions. If I'm not disturbing, it will be non-violent. But if I am disturbing, it will be a violent. In Jainism, one of the essences is ahimsa. Other is you should not be one-sided. It should not be, or we call it as a non-one-sidedness. We call it as a aningandavad. I have my opinion. Others also have opinion. All this give respect to the opinion of the others. It will certainly strengthen the autonomy of thought. It strengthens the autonomy of thought of every individual. Aparigraha, or we call it as a non-position. Whatever the things you can, let it be. But do not make cumulative of these things. And whatever you want, you take it, no problem. But unnecessary things should not collect. It strengthens the interdependence of all and share limited resources. I was talking about 24th Tirthankar of Lord Mahavir, or we call it as Bhagwan Mahavir Swami. Bhagwan Mahavir Swami is the 24th, and as Jainism, final of the Tirthankara. He is the 24th Tirthankar. Jainism was 2500, not 26,000 years back. Even Buddhism, we are back to, I will say about that Buddhism also. What would it maybe? Before 27,100 years ago, Bhagwan Mahavir, Swami Bhagwan Mahavir, born on 599 BC. He was a prince of Bihar. He got his birth in the Kundalpur. It is a place in Bihar. And at his birth, he was the prince. Means he was having everything. He was Lord, he was having money and everything, sevas and everything he was having. But he left all these things. He attained his nirvana, moksha, in there at the age of 72 years old. Sorry. He taught so many things in the life. What is the objective of his teaching? The ultimate objective of his teaching is how one can attain the total freedom from the cycle of birth, life, and death. There is no repetition of birth, life, and death. So you got total freedom from the cycle of birth, life, and death. He achieved permanent blissful state. He got a permanent blissful state, which is known as liberation or nirvana or absolute freedom, or we call it as a moksha. Present Jainism is shaped by Tirthankar Bhagwan Mahavir. And Lord Mahavir envisioned men and women to be the equal. They should not be, I mean, they both are equal. There should not be difference in the men and the women. I'll come to this. This is just as a matter of spiritual advancement. I have one prayer for Bhagwan. I'll just read within a short time. Bhagwan Mahavir, I pray to you, my Bhagwan Mahavir, a prince you were. Your name was Vardhaman. Your mother was a twin, Trishala Mata. Her name was Trishala, or we call it Trishala Mata. One day, you gave up everything and become a Jina. O Bhagwan Mahavir, you taught us to be kind and good, sharing and truthful, and so many things so wonderful. So Namanto Bhagwan Mahavira. Number one, we said, now I'll come to Jainism as a religion. Jainism is a way of life. It is a way of life, and as I said earlier, also 2600 years back, or it is the oldest religion in the world. And Jainism teaches us the way of life. It believes in the cycle of nature, of universe, maybe birth, life, death. It believes, but Jainism they discourages superstition. Scientist comes over here. It discourages superstition, blind faith, what we call as a andhashraddha, and encourages free and rational thinking. Whatever the thinking is that it should be of rational, it should be of free. Jainism lays heavy emphasis on non-violence. One of the we said non-violence, ahimsa, and discipline. According to Jain philosophy, all Tirthankaras, 24 Tirthankaras, were born as a human being. They were a human being, but they have attained the state of perfection or enlightenment through meditation and self-realization. They realized themselves, and then only they got moksha, or we call them as a Tirthankara, and finally they are the gods of Jains. Jains always practice non-violence, vegetarianism, meditation, yoga, and innovatism. Now we come to Jain monastics. There are two sects are there, or two Jain monastics are there. One is what we call as a Digambara, and second is Shvetambara. Let us try to understand what these two sects are there. First, I will focus on this Digambara. I'm just showing one of the Digambara Jain Sadhu, Param Puja 108C, Charitra Sagar Maharaj Ji. He is the Digambar Jain Sadhu, Samadhi Samrat. Digambara, they give all belongings. They are not keeping anything with him or her. Nobody is mine. Everybody is of the nature. I don't want anything. Whatever I have, I live. They give up all belongings. These Digambara sadhus, they may stay lonely, or they may be there in the small groups. They may be there in the forest, or maybe sometimes in the dharmashala. During Chaturmas, they stay in dharmashalas. Digambar sadhus teaches us Jainism, principle of Jainism, living with Jainism. They all teaches us. As I said earlier, they spend their 3-4 months of monsoon, rainy season. They do not keep on walking. They minimize walking, or they stay alone in dharmachalas. For 3-4 months during rainy season, they have the only one location, just to minimize killing insects. When you are walking on the water or a wet path, probably water or this wet path may have microorganisms, cannot be seen by eyes, but because of our walking, because of our energy, they may be killed, and that will be the violence. And we don't want the violence. Therefore, 3-4 months they are staying in dharmashalas to minimize killing insects on the ground from the excessive walking. Another sect is what we call it as a Shvetambara, purposely mentioned white clads, means they are putting only the white clad. Even though I have today white clad is there, but part of Shudambar. So Shudambar, Gurus and Gurnis. The Shudambar, they wear white clothes, white robes only, or they use the white cloth only. You can see this white cloth over the body here also, or white mumtis to the sadhus and sadhvis. So they wear white robes. They sadhus or sadhvis, they live in community. Whenever they are walking, they are reaching to the town or cities, they are staying separately, but they are staying in stanakas. Sadhus, male sadhus, monks, they are staying separately. Nuns, the female sadhus, they are staying separately, but they live in community. But as I said, they admit both men and women. In Digambara, they don't admit women, why that we can see in the next. But Shudambara, they admit both men and women with the white robes. As I mentioned, they put the white mask to protect miniature life forms or from the harm. Nowadays, as we are suffering from pandemic, Corona-19, we got the importance of this marks. The viruses should not enter. Here, the minute lives should not enter, and because of this, they should not be killed. Therefore, this Swadhis or Swadhis, even today also I was planning to put the Mumti, but I could not say very clear, I could not speak very clearly. But they are also using what we call as a white mask, we call it as a Mumpati. White mask, it is called Mumpati. As I said, in Jainas, some are Mandir Margi and some are Sthanakvasi. Mandir Margi means they follow, they go to temple, they pray in the God in the temple. Sadhus are also going to the temple, they are so. And others are Sthanakvasi with a white glass. They are not being in Mandir, but they are staying in Sthanaka. Welcome to that. So this is one of the, what we call as the Jain temple. Jain temple, also called Derasar or Mandir. Jain temples, also called Derasar or Mandir. Sadhvis, sadhus, or we people go to the temple and pray the God. Whenever we are going to the temple, first of all, we see this shikar. We call it as a shikar. As soon as we say shikar, we say Namo Jinanam. If we say the shikar, we say Namo Jinanam. The shikar, as in this shikar I'm showing, this shikar are topped with the flag. This flag, also called as dhaja, not very clearly seen here, but this dhaja or a flag, it is topped with the two colors. Top color is red and the other color is white. It is a red and a white colored flag called dhaja. There is a significance of this red and white color. The red color, it represents siddhas, whereas white color represents aryantas or tirthankar. Aryantas or tirthankars, or we call them as a Bhagwan. When we go to the mandir or derasar, first of all, we namas this mandir. Then, of course, before entering into the mandir, we expect that we should remove our chappal, shoes, whatever it may be. And when you enter the mandir, we are putting chandan tilak on our mastak, on our forehead. There is the importance of this tilak. When you are putting this tilak on our, what we call chandan tilak, on our forehead, the significance is that putting on tilak, it means that we are accepting the teaching of the sadhus or teaching of the Tirthankaras, teaching of the Bhagwans. Then, whenever we go, we enter the mandir, putting the tilak, and we are just ringing the bell. But before that, we say Nishi. We use the word Nishi. This Nishi means we will do whatever the thoughts we have outside the mandir, outside the temple, outside the derasar, we will live. This means we will live thoughts of our daily behind, and we will only think about the prayer. We will only think of puja, meditation, Aryanta Bhagwan. Then we ring the bell. The bell are called ghant. Ghant or something, sometimes ghantas. We ring the bell or we ring the ghant. After saying this, what we call as a nishi, when we ring the bell or ghant, we express happiness on this darshana. We express our happiness for the darshana. We are happy, we are joyful, we are ringing this bell. In the mandir or register, you have idols of the Bhagwan. We may find this flower, what we call it, kamal flower, what we call, I had a word, I forgot. Sometimes I'm saying the Bhagwan statue is like thing, or Bhagwan, they are on this, what was this flower called? Oh, lotus. Bhagwan idol is on this lotus. There is a certain significance there. Lotus means lotus. It flows in the soily, muddy, muddy areas. But it blooms very finely. It looks very nice and shows no muddiness, nothing else. Here in our life also, whatever the negative things are there, sins are there, just keep it away. Sometimes, on certain occasions, these idols or murtis or bhagwan, they are decorated with ornaments or with the flowers or the flowers. Now, there are many idols of Bhagwans are there. Bhagwans will be like think some watery image is there, mirror image is there, and they are having their symbol over here. I'll come to this later on. This Bhagwan, they are decorated on certain occasion, and this what we call as a bandara, what we call as a donation, or we call it as Bindi Peti. By doing this donation, we are also going away from the parigraha. We are not possessing anything. The bhavana, the idea is behind that. Now, there are certain rituals are there in the derasar or the mandir. We should follow certain rituals. Whenever we are going to the temples, we should be clean. We should have namo. We should take the bath and then so clean yourself physically, clean yourself mentally, thinking wise, and then we are supposed to go to the temple. Now we are having this what we call as chandanas, chandan tilakas. In the temple, we may make these chandans, or I'm showing here girl and a boy, small children. They cannot make. They can take the help of the elders to make the chandana. And after this chandana, we are having this chandan puja on the body of the chandras, or we call it as the angas. We are taking this to all these angas. There are 9 parts of these angas are there. The very we call it as a angs or angas, whatever it may be. First of all, we go to the what we call as toes. We have pujan at the knees. Then we share the pujan of at the center of our arms. This is the center of our arm, third A, third B. We are going to the shoulders of Bhagwan. We are going to the top of the Bhagwan, top of the head of Bhagwan. Then we have forehead. Then we have pujan at the throat. We have pujan at the center of our chest, and we have the pujan at the navel, what we call baby in Hindi or Marathi. Sometimes we are offering flowers to the Bhagwan, but as we said, not disturbing the nature. Whatever the fallen flowers are there, these flowers only we are using for the Bhagwan. Because as we said, we are having this Dhupa Pujan. Dhupa Pujan, Dhup is there and is enlightened. Because of Dhup, bad odors go away. And we also said that because of this Dhupa Pujan, whatever the bad enemies, bad entities are with us, that should also put away. Then we can go for the deep pujan. We can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 Namorintanam that they are there. So we are making this. Then one of the thing that there are certain Jain people they are following, they are making satya. Now this girl, she is making satya. She has taken the part of her, and on this pata, she is making satya. This satya, we call it as a satya or swastika. This satya, it is made by the grains of the rice, or you can call it as a rice grains. Purposely, we are using this rice grain. Why you are using rice grain? Because we know if we try to plant the rice grain again, it will not grow. Put the rice grains on the ground, put water, but it will not grow again. Like this thing, what we are saying, by making this satya made, which is made up of rice grains, represents that we do not want to go through the cycles of life and death. We should not have birth, should not have life again, and should not have death again. We should be free from the cycle of life, just like a rice grains. On satya, we can offer the fruits, we can put the money also. By putting this money, by offering this money, we learn that we should not have any attachment. We are not attached with our belongings. And at the end, whenever the mandir or there are some close, we are having this arti. Arti with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Arinta, Siddha, Sadhu, ideas, Acharyas, and Sadhus and Sadhis. These 5 lamps are for this. This is in the mandir, but I also say many are them of the Sthanakvasi. They can be sadhus or sadhis. Some Sthanakvasi, they are using white clothes. Some they are putting the muktis on the mouth, white cloth on the mouth, or sometimes they can hold in the hand. Some Jain sadhus sadhis, they may not use mukti, but when they are speaking, they are holding the white clothes in front of the mouth. The reason behind it that because of our speaking, the small creatures, small animals, insects, they should not be hurted. The sadhus, sadhvis, they spend their most of time with the books, teaching the religious books, studying the religious book, and they are using very, very minimum things and having the white clothes. Sadhus and sadhis are there. When we people, we find the sadhus, sadhis, maybe in stanakas or dharmashalas, or maybe on the street, we very politely say, Mathen Vandami, or we say, Vandami Namama Swami. Means we are avoiding this sadhus and sadhvis, Mathen Vandami, or Vandami Namana Swami. As we also had some mandirs, temples there. This is the Palitana. We had the statue of Savan, it is in Savan Begor, highest one in the Asia. Another temple, Girnar. We have Samet Sikarji, or we have the Sankeshwar Swami, we have Manilakshmi Tir. To go to these temples, you find a lot of peace, lot of joy, lot of happiness. Sthanakvasi, I said about. Sthanakvasis can be men, women, sadhus, and swadhis. One of the greatest sadhus we have Acharya Samrat 1008, 1008 हम कहते हैं आनंद ऋषि जी महाराज साहब, आचार्य शिवमुनि जी महाराज साहब, आचार्य प्रवीण ऋषि जी महाराज साहब, महासती जी प्रीतिसुदा जी महाराज साहब, महासती जी कंचन कौर जी महाराज साहब, महासती जी सुबोधिनी महाराज साहब. We both, all sadhus and sadhvis, they show us the real way of life, simple way of life, fearless way of life. We have some validated theses in Jainism, which includes that repetition is there little. Jains, they believe in non-violence. Oh, they are also going for fasting. This fasting can be more of ekasana, means taking food only one time a day in a day, and that is before sunset. Vyasana means they are taking food 2 times. Why if they are sitting 1 time, if they are removing the place, that will be finished. Second time they can take, we call it as a Vyasana. We also follow Ambil, means not taking widely or uncomfortable food. And Vas means a 1 day Upasana. Today you might have had, I don't have a word. Okay, you might have had one news also. One Swami, I forgot his name. Today he has completed 82nd was. Means he was on fasting, not taking food for last 82 days, and now he's going to make a target of 90. He wanted to make 90 was. So this leads to perfect sound. Jainism, it is in no food, no water after sunset. And if they are using the water, it should be boiled water. Boiled water will not have any creatures. There is certain mathematics there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we can have plant life and environment. We are believing plant life and the environment. We are having equality toward man and woman. We're having animal protection, just like a human being. We have compensate diet and vegetarianism, and we have meditation and yoga. There are certain three qualities of souls are there. Let us see what are these qualities. The very first quality of soul, that they are omniscient. Omniscient means they have full of knowledge. They have full respect, full knowledge. We call it as omniscience, or we call them as a sarvagyani. They are sentiment. We call it as a samvedanshil. They are very delicate. They are what we call as a sentient, and they are the everlasting, long lasting. We call it as a everlasting, or we call them as a chirantan. I said about the 24 Tirthankaras. I'm not going to read all, but these are the 24. Will in this slide, will in the next size. They are the Tirthankaras, starting with Bhagwan Shabnath, Adinath, Ajitnath, Sambhanath, Vasupujya Swami. They are the symbols. I said that idols are there, and their idols, they have certain symbol at the lower part of their body. These are the different symbols, and they have different colors: golden, red, sorry, white, and others. Vimalnatha, Anantanath, Brahmpura Swami, Shankinath, Vardhamana Mahavir Swami, all these Tirthankaras. Vardhaman Mahavir Swami is the 24th Tirthankar with the golden color. We had out certain principles of the Jainism, as we are well familiar with: non-violence, multiplicity of views, non-violence, not to cause harm to any living being by thought, by action, by speech. No violence, what we call non-violence, multiplicity of views, take into consideration other views also, no possessiveness, that is no non-possessiveness, complete detachment for the people. Even the sadhus and sadhis, they don't have any attachment with their parents, with their family members, no attachment is there. They always be satya, what we call as a truthfulness, and nothing should be taken from others. Do not take anything that is not properly given, what we call as a non-sharing asatya. The basics of Jainism, the inclusion, believes Godhood, but does not believe God to be the first cause. Whatever cause is there, it is God's. God is neither creator, preserver, or it does not destroy anyone else. God does not have punishment or rewards. All living beings have souls unequal. They are if we eliminate all karmas, whatever things we are doing, just eliminate it, we can get the path of liberation and achieve Godhood. Ultimate goal of life, just to get free from all karmas. All karmas, they include the principle of governing the succession of life cycles, that is birth, life, and death, is what we call as a karma. The theory of karma is founded on the simple law of cause and effect. What we explain now, it is the result of our past thing that we did. And what we are going to be there in the future, it will be a function of today's, function of what we call what we are doing or making. It explains the role of karmas, what is in our life, how we accumulate karmas, and how we are get freed from them. Action of mind, speech, body, it binds with all karmas, and our intention and passions determines the duration, strength of all this bondage. There are the themselves, we have the Jainism, all souls are equal, no violence, multiplicity of views, non-possessiveness, karmas. Three important jewels of the Jainism: right knowledge, right faith, right conduct. It is some of code of conducts are there. Code of conduct is there for monks and nuns, sadhus and sadhis, and it is also for the layman and laywoman. Layman means a common man, common woman. Of course, vegetarian, I will not repeat, non-violence is there. We are not advised to use silk, leather, and animal products. Silk and leather, it got animal product, so don't use. There should be the simplicity of a lifestyle, non-materialism, meditation, introspection. We should have the one important forgiveness. We should forgive others, others also forgive you. Compassion, charity, community service, important. Preservation of the environment plays a very, very important role. Let's one or two. I just talk about one of few of the festivals. I included Jalmanak, then Nivarak of Mahavir Swami, and we came to the Purishan. Purishan is one of the very, very important festival in Jains, especially in the monsoon. For 8 days, we follow this Purishan Parva. Purishan is the most important animal holy event in Jain. Purishan means coming together, abiding, or we can say we come together. Why the Purishan is celebrated? It is a time for self-analysis. Whatever things we are doing in a life, just analyze yourself, self-analyzing and self-serving or soul-serving. Purishan, it provides a break from your routine things, routine life, and allow we people to reflect and contemplate. Or we say that we are doing what we call as a chintan, what we have done in our life that we are doing. Purishan Parva, it how the practice like non-violence, engaging in self-discipline, sanyam, partial complete fasting, that is tapsha, krasna, besna, vas, and other things, study of Jain scriptures, inspiration, what we call as a parikraman, and repentance means the praishitta. We ourselves, we are not giving praishitta, we after ourselves repentance, I would say taking praishitta. By this position, we expect happiness and prosperity in the life of others. And we also said at the position, Naukar jaisa mantra nahi, Vitrak jaisa dev nahi, Gautam jaisa guru nahi, Anisa jaisa dharma nahi, and Persian jaisa parva nahi is a very, very important position. In Persian, we are drinking boiled water, not to kill the microorganisms. Ratri Bhojan we are not taking, we call it Ratri Bhojan tag. Ekasna, Besna, Upas are there, Apsha is there, Digambar Upas are there, Shatambar Upas also there. One day, one may drink boiled and cooled water on what we call as a post-ritual and provides before the whatever we take, it should be before sunset. During Pratikraman, Jain depend for non-materialistics and on daily basis. Pratikramana must be performed. It is expected that you should perform twice a day. If not possible, at least once in every day. Of course, after sunset. If not possible, at least we call it Pakhi. Pakhi means at least 24 times in a year. Maybe after a month, after 15 years or something like that. If not possible, at least one Chomasi means 3 times in a year. So to follow this in during Purishan is very, very important. Fasting. In Purishan, we say Michami Dukuram. Michami Dukuram means we are so good that you will forgive me by all means. If I'm making any mistake by the words, by the action, by the things in our life, please forgive me. On this auspicious occasion of Jain Savatsari, I'm apologetic to for everything if I made, and I'm just trying to repair myself. If I make any mistake, knowingly or unknowingly, in any way by my action, my talk, my thought, please forgive me by saying Ichami Dukuram. We're having Savatsari Farva again for the forgiveness as a way of a life for love, friendship, peace, and harmony. This is the Sakya.
Dr. Gugale,
Yeah,
Dr.
not
Gugale,
minutes.
Michami Dukadam.
This Sakya, I'll just explain. This is
Dr. Gugale,
yes,
Dr.
sir.
Gugale, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
Father Mitchell Shaker.
within a minute. So
Yeah,
this is the Sakya.
no, this is, yeah, you
The
have
views of
taken,
movement.
you
And
have
lastly,
taken,
some do's and don'ts are there. We expect these do's from the Jainism or from Jain, and certain don'ts are there. Of course, time is very short, so I'm not taking more time. Don't be lied. Do not use bad words. Do not fight with any others. Do not blame others. Do not be greedy, and do not take anything. Okay, if you have any doubts, any question, you ask your gurus, you ask your teacher. With this, I say thank you to all. If I have made any mistake during my sharing, during my speech, kindly forgive me. Thank you very much.
no, I just wanted to appreciate you and Sneha Sadan and your team. You know, for many people who may not know it, that Sneha Sadan was one of the
Yes.
first inter-religious dialogue center. And now it has been made into a research institute attached to, I think, Pune University, Savitri Bhai Phule, Pune University. So they are doing a wonderful job actually in bringing people together. And especially this particular series of lectures of listening to one scholar from one religion, you know. So I have been receiving the invitations, but I was not able to take part in this. But this time, Peter Cruz and his team has given me this opportunity to come moderate this session. And then I'm very thankful to you, Peter, and to Snake Southern and your team, and also Dr. Gugale. Wonderful seeing you. And then when I
you, sir.
probably come to Pune side, that I will be
Yeah,
able to
please, sir.
see you.
Yes, yes,
Thank you so
sir,
much. And
please.
now over to Peter.
Thanks, Snehasadan. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have come to an end of a very enriching evening. I want to say a very special thank you to Dr. Gugale, who so readily accepted our invitation. And he has really inspired us with a lot of insight into Jainism. And I think we have learned to appreciate Jainism much more. I also want to thank Father Vincent for making the whole program so interesting through his interventions and his sharing of his own experience. A big thank you to all the participants for the lovely response we had. It is because of your response that the seminar is possible. A big thank you to the management, principal, staff of the college, and to all who have made, without whose support, this would not have been possible. A big thank you to Professor Gilby. Thank you.